Hey guys, now that you've copied your template here and you have your copy of this open, you've given it a name. I'd put your name here. I'm going to show you some tricks that you can use to make what you need to in Google Slides. So first we should look at our requirements here. Requirements. First thing it asks us to do is make a key. A key is pretty simple. All that you want to do is you'll want to create we're going to use a text box. Okay. Text box, and we're going to put it in the corner right here. Okay. Oops. We want to change this to say do not autofit. Okay. When we do that, it'll let us change the size instead of keeping it that same size. All right. The first thing I want to write in the key is the word key. Okay. And then every time I add a new item, like mountains or rivers, I'm going to put what symbol I used to represent the mountain or river in this key so that it's easy to figure out what I'm looking at. All right. So we'll come back to this key a little bit. Let's look at our next thing. So we've made a key. And actually, we want to change one thing about this key. We're going to go to the line here. And right now, the border of this is invisible. We want to give it a size. So now we can see the edges of it. All right. Next step. All right. It says make a compass rose. Okay. And a compass rose is 4 arrows pointing one north, one south, one east, and one west. So we can go to shapes, and we're going to want arrows. So we'll go to arrows. And I can use this one, and that's pretty easy. But I want to show you a different way in case you want to do your own arrows, or let's say you wanted to use a fancy looking arrow like this one or this one. So I'm going to use this fancy arrow here. Ooh, there's this thing too. But I'm going to use this one because I think that looks fancy, and it'll let me show you some other tools you can use. Okay, so I use this. I'm going to draw a little arrow there. Okay, I'm going to give it a color. Let's color it orange. Okay, and the inside is orange. Now you may be thinking, okay, I only have 1 arrow and I need 4. Great. So what we're going to do is you can use 2 fingers and click, and it'll open up this menu. And then you can click copy. But I'm not going to open this menu again because, do you see this where it says Control plus C? Okay. I'm going to use that on my keyboard. I'm going to hit Control C. And when I want to paste, I'll click Control V. And so I won't open this menu again. So we're going to copy it this time. And then to paste, remember it was Control V. So now I'm going to hit Control V. Now I've pasted a copy of this arrow on the sheet, but it's facing to the east, and I want it to face to the north. So I'm going to use 2 finger click again to access this menu. Rotate. I'm going to rotate it counterclockwise 90 degrees. And now it is facing north. Now I'm going to paste another one. Since I've already copied it, this arrow is still copied. So if I paste again, Control V, an exact copy of that same arrow still appears. Now this time, I'm going to rotate this one clockwise 90 degrees, and it'll go down. Okay. Then I'm going to paste one more of those arrows. Paste. And I'm going to use, I can also use this little arrow here, or this little ball here, and flip it all the way around. There we go. Okay, so that's another way to rotate. All right, there we go. So we've got all our items here. Oops. Oops. There we go. Okay, so now I've got my compass rose. There we go. Nope, that doesn't quite look right. Okay. All right. Now, if I go to try and move all four of these, look what happens. Oh no, just one arrow moved. So I'm going to go to this arrow right here and undo that move. I want all four of them to move. So I'm going to drag a box around all of them. And now I can move them all together. They are now one item. Okay? So that's a little trick to remember. Now, my compass rose isn't done yet because I have to make a text box. Label this north or N. Okay? I want that N to be in the center of my box, so I'm going to center it and then center it in the center of the box. There we go. Okay? North. Now, I could make a new text box and put it over there, but I'm just going to copy this one. So I'm going to do Control-C. I've copied this box. Paste. Now I've got another box here. This direction. Okay, this direction is east. And then you have to finish yours, but I'm not going to finish mine. Okay, just for time. So you finish yours and make sure you paste south and west as well. Okay, next requirement. Use a rectangle tool to draw Colorado. All right, so I'm going to go up to the shapes. I'm going to find, ooh, there's my rectangle. I'm going to draw a box here. There. That's Colorado. So now I want to make it, green's my favorite color, so I'm going to make it green. Okay. Also going to label it Colorado. Got a big one. Colorado. That's too small. Let's make it bigger. Increase the size. Ooh, that's looking better. And I'm going to center it. There we go. Maybe even bigger. Okay, good. Colorado. The color of these words makes it a little too bright. I'm going to make it a little closer. Just going to make it like a darker green, like that. Oop, not the inside. Whoops. The color of the letters. The color of the letters. There we go. Now it's not in the way of anything. Okay. Next, it says label the 7 states that border Colorado. So there are states that are bordering Colorado. So I'm going to use the line tool. Line. I know I'd have to look at the picture. Okay, but I know there's a line like here. And I'm going to click another line. I know there's a line here. And then I know that there's a line here. Oops. Oh, won't let me do that one. There we go. Got a line here. And then I think there's one more line that's like right here. and another one right here. Okay, I'd have to look at a map exactly. Oh, and then another line right here that goes all the way across. And you should look at a map to make sure you get the right ones. But then I'll go to the text box. I know that our neighbor to the east of us is Kansas. So I'd make a text box and place Kansas right there. And then there are 7 different states. There should be a text box here, 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 here. Ooh, I do need another line right here. So there are 7 states that border Colorado. You need to label all of them. Okay. It's okay if you kind of run out of room. You could put a text box in here and then rotate it. See how it's got that little thing here? So that I'm going to turn it so it's like that. Now when I type, it goes up and down. Utah is one of the states that borders us. I've given you 2 already. Then I can put it right there. Okay? All right. Next one. Draw the Rocky Mountains. 2 options when you draw the Rocky Mountains. I'm going to show you both. Number 1, I go to the triangle and I draw a mountain like that. I'm going to make it purple. Like that color purple. Oops. Purple. Okay. And then copy, paste. And now I've got another one. Paste, 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 paste. I've got a whole bunch of them now that I can kind of put along. And I'll keep going and put them where I want them. Now, do you see what just happened there? When I put this one here, it went behind this one and in front of this one. I can fix that. So what I would like to do to fix it, I'm going to find the one that I want, use my 2 fingers, and click on the order button. And if I click on the order, I can bring it to the front. I can bring it forward 1 space. I could send it backwards 1 space, or I can send it all the way to the back. Let's say I bring it all the way to the front. Good. Now it's over this one. Oh, but it's still in front of this one. So I have to bring this one forward too. Order, bring to the front. Okay? Be careful, because if I click send to the back, so when I do my order again, order, and I do send to the back, it's going to go behind Colorado. So when I click send to back on this one, that mountain just disappeared because it is now behind this shape, which is Colorado. So when you send it all the way to the back, you can fix that by either clicking undo or click on Colorado and then send Colorado all the way to the back. And now the mountain's back. Okay? So you can use the order to change the order of your shapes. Now, I promised you another way to show you how to draw mountains. Here's another way we could draw mountains. We can use the scribble tool. Boop, boop. And now I made a little triangle. And I made it purple. Nope. All right. Now I can't really see that very well, so I'm going to make the line thicker. I'm going to make it 4 point. I can even go thicker if I want to. Then I can make, if I click on the triangle again and then click on the scribble, I will make a line the exact same way. Yep. Scribble. Make another one. And so I can draw mountains just like that. Now, mountains are something, if we notice in the requirements that it says we have to add to the key. All right. So to add to the key, you can click on this actually, and you can also copy lines. Copy, paste. So now I've got an exact copy of this mountain. Okay, and I'm going to shrink it, make it a little smaller. Maybe even smaller. That's about right. Okay, and then on my key, I'm going to go to the next line by clicking Enter, and then space forward, and I'm going to type mountains. So now I know that all my little purple dots are mountains. If I didn't want to use this, I could use this triangle. And remember, I can copy and paste as many of these as I want to. Or I can use the scribble tool and draw them in place too. Okay? You'll do the same thing with rivers. Okay? So it says draw the Rocky Mountains. There are 4 rivers: the Colorado, the Arkansas, the South Platte, and the Rio Grande rivers. Okay? So this isn't the right place, but I'm going to show you. Let's say there was a river going like this. There is not. You will have to look at a map. Okay? See this, and I want it 4-point, and it's blue because it's going to be a river. Okay? I also have to give it a name. Let's say this was the Colorado River. It is not, but then I would call this the Colorado River. Oh no, it's a little bit too big. You can make the text a little smaller too, so it'll fit. Aha, that's pretty nice. There we go. Now, I drew something that needs to be added to the key. Rivers need to be added to the key. So I need to go to my scribble. Actually, first, go back to the arrow, click on this, use my scribble. Now it'll make this line. Oop, no, it didn't. Maybe I gotta make it longer. Scribble. Oh, didn't like it. Come on, try again. River, like that. There we go. And then I'm gonna go down in my line here. So enter. That doesn't quite look like it's in the right spot. I'm gonna go one more line. Space, 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 river. So rivers are the blue lines. Okay? Next, it's gonna ask you to put dot or a star on the capital city of Colorado and give it a label. A star is a shape in here. So if I go to star, I'm looking, I don't see the star arrows. That's because it's here. So use a star to mark the state capital. And then it'll ask you to put dots on 5 other cities and give them labels. So I go to here and put a circle. Okay? I would use that. So let's say the capital is over here. It is not. Okay? Can color that yellow. Then I'm going to make sure to copy that star and paste it and add it to my key, because a star is a capital. I also have to give the capital a name. You should know the name of the capital of Colorado. It is not called capital. You should write something different there. And then you need to put dots, like circles. Maybe one that goes, yeah, that's pretty good. A little dot there. I want to make these dots red. Okay. Copy and paste. It's hard to move, so I can click out of it. There we go. And I gotta call that a city. Okay, so enter. The star is a capital, and a dot is a city. I also need to label each city. So every dot that I put on the map needs the name. Let's say this was Arvada. That is not quite where Arvada is. Arvada. Oop. Then I can change the size of my box. Okay? All right. Last couple of steps. So we are on label the 3 regions of Colorado: Plains, Mountain, and Plateau, and then add to the key. So what I want you to do, this is a pretty cool tool. We're going to click on this arrow and then choose polyline. Okay. Let's say this area. So I'm going to click. See how I've got this thing here? Now when I click, it won't stop. Now I can place another spot. Oop. And that happens sometimes when you click 2 times, it'll stop it. So I messed up and I'm going to try again. Click on this. Click on this. 1 spot there. Next spot there. And see, I'm making an irregular shape. It's not a square. It's not a triangle. It's just kind of whatever shape I want it to be. And then I connect the lines. Cool. Now I've made let's say this was the area that covered the region that I'm talking about. Okay. So the mountainous region. So I got what I wanted. This is the shape of it. However, I can't see through it. I would like to still be able to see what's underneath it. So what I'm going to do, I can, if I want to, do transparent. And now I can, so when I clicked on the bucket, now the fill color is transparent. Okay. However, when I go to my key and I make, let's say I just make a shape here. Whoop, whoop. Oh, I'm going to do a bigger shape here. Ah, all right, one more try. Like that. Okay. Do that. Change the size of it. Okay, bring it over here. Looks like I'm going to need to put some more space in my key. Go down. Space over. Mountains. The region. Okay? I'm going to make this transparent and see-through. Okay? But if now I go to make another one, let's say I make another one and I also make it transparent, it won't be clear which one, since that says mountains, I should say mountain region, right? Yes, mountain region. And I might want to space this one forward a little bit. Oh, won't let me, that's okay. Okay. I'm going to move my key up a little bit. Oops. So I'm going to select everything here and move it up. Want it out of the way of Kansas, but perfect. Okay. Then I'm going to make my key. Okay. Bring that up. And then I can drag it down. And now I have more room. Okay. But let's say I make another region and I have another transparent thing. So I'd have 2 transparent things on here and people wouldn't be able to tell. Oh, I should make this also transparent as well because I don't want to see the lines on that. There we go. So now the lines have disappeared. So when I go to put the plains region here, region. But if it looks the same, then they won't be able to tell which one's which. So here's the cool thing. Let's say I want to make the mountain region kind of a purple color. I'm going to click purple. Okay. Oh no, I can't see through it. That's okay. Click on it again. Click on the paint tool. This time click custom. And now you see transparency. You can make the purple kind of see-through. I'm not going to go all the way down. If I go all the way here, it's all the way see-through. But if I go here, you can see in this corner, it's purple, but you can see through it. Watch this. So it's purple, but I can see through it. So now I click on that, and I'm going to click, there's my custom color right there. So now I know that that's the mountain region. So you can click any color that you want to, choose custom, and then make it transparent and a little bit see-through. You can make it more or less see-through, or more or less transparent, and that's totally up to you. Okay, so now you have to do the same, but for the plains and the plateau region. All right, and then the last thing I wanted to show you is it says make a new slide about some other state facts. So I'm going to go up to here to the plus sign, and I am going to click on the arrow, and I can choose what my slides look like. It could be totally blank, and it could be this. I'm going to do just the title. There we go. So maybe I want to talk about the Colorado state dinosaur. Okay. So I have my slide here. I need to find who the dinosaur is and then get a picture of it. So I'm going to go to Insert, Search the Web. So Insert, this is an image right here, Insert Image. And I can search the web right from here. Okay. And if you didn't know, the Stegosaurus is the state dinosaur. So now I've got a bunch of different, aha, that's a pretty good one. I like that one. I'm going to insert that one. Ta-da! And now I have a Stegosaurus. And maybe I shrink it down and start to add some other details about it. Like, when did it live? Where were the first fossils discovered? They were in Colorado. That's why it's our state dinosaur. Okay. And then, yeah, give some details about it. That is some of the optional things you could do, like the state dinosaur. Okay. You must finish all of the requirements before you may move on to the optional stuff. But there's some pretty cool stuff in here that you get to look up about the state that maybe you didn't know before. Also, I want to point this out. Challenge. Draw the state flag in slides using just your shapes. Okay, so use your shapes. There's a bunch of different shapes. Ooh, that could be like the letter C that's in the flag. Okay, or you could even use the polyline. The polyline tool will help you draw whatever shape you want on your flag. So that's a fun challenge for you. And if you have questions, just feel free to raise your hand, and we can come around and maybe help you. All right. Good luck continuing making your state. And I can't wait to see the cool states you come up with. All right. Bye, guys.